So are junior ISAs the secret way to make your children millionaires? I'll explain it all in this video. Think of all the milestones your future children will hit. Their first car, maybe going to uni, or getting their first house. They're all major milestones, but the way things are going, it's going to be impossible to do them all. So junior ISAs might just be your secret weapon. I must start with, this video does not represent financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. When investing, your capital is at risk. Investments can rise and fall, and you may get back less than when you started investing. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. So I know there's some of you thinking, what is a junior ISA? So a junior ISA isn't any different really from a normal ISA. It's just an account you can make for a child below the age of 16 with a maximum yearly deposit of £9,000. You will remain in control of that account until they're 16, and from there it's theirs. With the majority of children that are in primary school right now, their life expectancy is going to be around 100 years each. This leaves a huge amount of time for compound growth. There are actually two types of junior ISAs. You've got cash and stocks and shares. Like the adult ISAs, anything you take out is tax-free. A parent or guardian can manage the ISA for the child whilst they're under 16. Once they hit 16, they can manage their account online. You cannot make withdrawals from this account until the child has hit the age of 18. So why can a junior ISA be a game changer? Well, like I just mentioned as well, you can't make withdrawals until they're 18. So the compound growth over that time will be ridiculous. And I'll say it again because it's some of my favourite words. All growth and withdrawals are tax-free. Here are some examples I've done with a compound interest calculator online. Simply, with a stocks and shares junior ISA, investing £50 a month from birth, automatically over the course of 18 years, assuming an average of 10.26%, which is what the S&P 500 has done since it's opened, the portfolio could grow upwards of £31,000, depending on the market's performance. But if you wanted less risk, and you wanted to go with a cash ISA, assuming a 5% yearly interest rate, investing the same £50 a month for 18 years, you'd have £17,500, almost half of the stock and shares ISA. But then if I compared this to a regular savings account with any bank, where the national average savings account yield is only 0.59%. So with the same £50 a month for 18 years, that would leave you with £11,400, nearly a third of the stock and shares ISA. So you've just got to weigh up your risks versus your rewards. Historically, returns favour long-term investing in stocks and shares ISAs, and I can't stress this enough as well. Starting as early as possible helps lower your risk as well as maximises gains. So what could happen if you could max out the ISA? I know this will be completely unattainable for the majority of people, and for myself, but I just wanted to work out the numbers of what it could be. So if you put the max that you can currently put into a junior ISA, which is £9,000, and you did that from the day the child was born, and you didn't invest even one more penny into the account, by the time they're 18, that would be £56,600, assuming the same rate of interest of 10.26%. I know, if when I turned 18 and I had 60 grand sat there, I'd be so happy. And that is, impressive as it is, what if you could convince them to not touch it until they were 65, and still, them not even adding another penny, the account would be worth upwards of £6.9 million, obviously depending on the market performance. But £6.9 million tax-free from £9,000? Yes, please. Just imagine if they were adding £100 in a month once they turned 18. That could be ridiculous amounts. The final year, to the 65th year alone, bringing in £670,000 of interest. Yes, I know the jump from 18 to 65 may seem big, but your child could just forget about this account, and like I said, add a little bit more through their life, and this will leave them with a massive chunk of change ready and waiting. Don't forget, this is all tax-free and can be pulled out at any time with no consequences, assuming they're over 18. But even if you just wait another 5 years to where they're 70 years old, the total portfolio value could be up to £11.5 million. So in 5 extra years, you've gained another £4.6 million just from the compound interest. That's crazy. With the last year's growth being potentially at £1.1 million. I know I could retire on that, could you? So a couple of myths or concerns that people usually have around this subject. Well, what if my child was to waste the money at 18? You can involve them in it early. Educate them on money. Considering gifting parts of it in stages. Even simply showing them what it could be worth in years to come could mean they don't touch it. But don't forget, once they turn 16, you can't control the account anymore. Another concern, isn't it risky? Well, it all comes down to obviously your risk tolerance, but the main thing to remember is the longer you're in the market, the less risk you have. You should only be investing money you're willing to lose anyway, and it's super simple to set up an account. Here's a quick step-by-step guide. Two of the first providers that come to mind are Vanguard and Trading 212. Both are really simple to use. With Vanguard, the minimum monthly deposit is £100, unless you do a single deposit, which the minimum is £500. So you could do 10 months in one go if you want to do £50 a month, or just raise it up to £100 a month. For Trading 212, you could do up to anywhere from, I believe it's £1 upwards, so you can make your mind up with that. Next is to decide between a cash or a stocks and shares ISA, or both, as the £9,000 yearly limit can actually be split between the both of them with whatever percentage you want. So you could put 2,000 in one, 7,000 in the other. As long as the 9,000 is not gone over between both the accounts, you're absolutely okay. I would always start with monthly contributions. Start small and scale it up when you know when you can add more. So what are my final thoughts? I just have to reiterate the power of starting early. And it's not all just about money. It's about the opportunity, freedom, and giving your child options. After all, having a safety net is indescribable how much of an impact it can have. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you're considering a junior ISA. Click the video on the screen to see what I invest in.